Honey Money, I'm glad you want to hear this dream, because that's definitely how this is gonna start. I have to try and explain what happened in this dream, and then be like, here's how we can turn it into a little one shot, a little like insert thing, a little insert adventure. And that's the thing, is like I'm not sure this is a good idea, because I'm still not very separated from the dream. I had it like 2 nights ago. So I don't know if I'm going to try and explain it to you all. I did take notes when I woke up. I'm going to try and explain it to you all and be like, here's what I think, why I think this can work. And then try to make that make sense. And then we're going to make this. I don't know if it's gonna work, though. Being completely honest, we might spend 2 hours of me realizing slowly that this is a dumb idea. Also, waves back at you, Discordia, and howdy stick shift. Yes, bird shit covered rock, great place for a romantic rendezvous. Jin stealing your food too. No direct Jin, but we could include them. What's up, Hungry? How are you doing? I was just gonna ask you wrote down. Oh, I wouldn't remember a doggone detail if I didn't write it down, Honey Money. That's this up here, cleverly disguised as a solid object. It is a colander. Things can escape it super easily. So I wrote it down, but I was editing and I didn't go over my notes. So I think I am the holder of the record of the most boring dream ever. I drove to school in real time and when I got there, someone was parked in my space that I woke up. That was it. Levitating none. Hi. Also, you win. I've had some boring dreams. Usually if I have a really boring dream, it's giving me a headache. Like I have a headache, and like the manifestation of my headache in my dream is that it's incredibly mundane. That beats it though. You got me there. How you doing, Deebs? I can remember dreams for days sometimes. Wow, that's impressive. Especially nightmares. Nightmares have a better chance of sticking with me. Although I've learned as an adult, nightmares are not nearly as much fun. Nightmares just become anxiety dreams. Like when I was younger, before I got married, all of my nightmares were like basically imagination fuel. Like there'd be monsters, there'd be wild scenarios, there'd be all these emotions to go through and like deal with, and it was like really intense and like contemplative. And as a married person, usually my anxiety, my dreams, my nightmares, the truly terrifying things that I wake up in a cold sweat from are like, my partner didn't call me back for a couple days and I was worried and I don't know what happened, or like there's a car wreck or like something. Like it's just like super mundane, shitty stuff. And I still have the my degree means nothing and I have to go back to school nightmare. But like, yeah, that's it. Like it's terrible stuff. So what now when I have a monster nightmare, I'm like, oh, this is great. I love it. Chase me, Pyramid Head. This is fun. So much better than, you know, being homeless as a nightmare. No acquaintances of yours playing rugby in a field of marble columns to easily shattering them. Is that a dream? Dream they're just working all the time? Oh, that stinks, Steves. That's rough. Can't even escape in your dreams. Not great, woke up sick. I'm sorry. Sorry you're not feeling well. I hope you're taking it easy today. Remember one where I was set on fire in my bed? That's a scary dream. Don't want to get sick too. That's sweetie deeps. Want to get her sick too. Oh, and some precognitive ones. Ooh. Now I just tend to block them out. No, Discordia, they're trying to teach you things. Your brain is trying to tell you something. That's what I think dreams are. It's just your brain trying to figure stuff out. Yeah, I called out work. I just got out of bed a few minutes ago. Waiting for some water to hot up for tea. Well, I hope that hots up for tea very well, and I hope that it helps you a lot, and I hope you get better, Deeps. Being sick, no fun. I'm sorry. I lowered the wrong volume. Is that music good? Should I turn it down more? Or is that a good volume? Thanks all. Oh. Yeah. Thanks to everybody for being so sweet. Make the volume is good. Okay. Where's my thing? Okay. So I had a dream. And it was weird. And I'm gonna try to explain. I made my notes, and I'm gonna try to explain the dream via my notes and not the dream itself, because it's more important that you understand my thoughts of how I want to turn this into a one-off adventure than the dream. So we're gonna say this takes place at like a concert or something, because that doesn't really matter. You're just somewhere. And you have there's an NPC friend you have who expresses they want to do this like rock climbing challenge thing that someone in town is advertising. That's supposed to be super challenging, but really rewarding. Try and lean into it with like, ooh, there's some sort of reward. Like everybody's like, oh man, it's you know, try and something, not necessarily give it away that there's a prize, because there isn't, but that people talk about how great it is. So go up to the person who is doing the rock climbing challenge thing, and they're like, oh, excellent, yeah, we could totally do that. It's got to be like a, you know, like a discount or like a thing. So it's like super cheap, but it's like, oh, this rock climbing thing. And also there's no rock wall, there's no mountain, like you're just in a city, like there's nothing around you. I said dream too many times now. I hear Anne Hathaway singing. I'm assuming that's a Les Miserables reference, or maybe she's in another musical, I don't know. Hey Penta, damn Rose, Merry Wednesday to you too. Les Mis, cool. I know it's Les Miserables, but I think Les Miserables is funny to say, kind of like May, so that's what I do. All right, so we have a setup. NPC wants to go to this like weird rewarding rock climbing thing. There's no rock walls or anything or mountains around. You meet the person who's selling tickets to it, and they go, oh yeah, excellent, you'll love it, see you when the climb's over. And then the ground opens up beneath the players, and they fall into a gigantic hole. Your kids and your maymays. And they're falling and falling and falling, and there is a wall beside them, and it's like, again, this is the dream, and I kind of want to do this for the real thing too, but not explain it, but it's an artificial rock climbing wall. Like it's got like the put in handholds and stuff on a wall. They fall, slow down right at the end and come to a stop at the bottom. And they're basically in a rock climbing gym that has a sheer like 1,000 or several thousand foot tall wall going up so high that it's like foggy at the top. And there are people all around, like in this giant pit, which is very nice. It's actually like looks like a rock climbing gym. Like, I don't want the players to be like, oh no, it's a trap immediately. Like, they go into it and it's like, oh, this is nice. There's like chairs and like there's the like pulley equipment for when you're climbing that are magical, and they actually tighten automatically once you strap it to yourself and start climbing. So, you know, you have the safety net. So like, it's supposed to be, well, the situation to get them there is weird and they should be a little off-putting. Like, the thing itself should look kind of cool and like functional and real. And it's like, I feel like the should be kind of dim, like it's nighttime, because that's gonna matter. However, they find out this is the weird part of the dream. I went and then it was like there's like 100, 200 people in this thing, and this is how I want it for the NPCs too, or for the characters too. These are all people who've been duped into this. There's a reason there's that many people, and they've all just got there today. So parkour through an underground city. No, this is just like a hole. Like they fell down the hole, and it is a big room. And on one wall of this hole is a rock climbing wall that leads up to the top, which is like 1,000, 2,000, whatever feet up. So and then the other 3 walls would just be sheer walls. And it's like an artificial thing. It's not like they fell into a cave. It is a very artificial, like, pocket dimension place, because it's a pocket dimension. So in my dream this happened, and it was so weird. And it's like an actual rock climbing gym. The twist is you get down there and then you find out by talking to people, A, everybody got there today. How did everybody get there today? Mystery. B, there's nothing down there in the sense of commodities. There's no food, there's no medicine, there's no like bedding. It is just like a rock climbing gym that you're stuck in. And so there are some people that have like I wanted to do this for like a few things leading up to it, where like you meet a few people that are like injured like a little bit and are afraid of not getting up, not being able to make the climb out, and stuff like that. And like people are hungry. And then the idea for this adventure would be that it's a test of endurance and like strategy. There's also an antagonist, which I'm about to get to. So the idea is if they go immediately, if they start now, they have to do so, you know, like it's the end of the day when they wind up here, so they're going to get exhausted faster. But if they sleep and then go and they don't have anything to eat, they could get exhaustion from, you know, from not having any food. And then there's going to be like challenges as they go up the wall too. So, and that was also the mystery of like, is there a way to get out of here? What's going on here? There's an NPC, the NPC that came with them can be like, this is not what it's supposed to be like. There should be people down here. There should be people down here like that have food, that have, you know, if someone gets injured to do it, and they are all missing. Has everyone arrived from the same place from all over the world? So that's a thing that they can find out about, is that if they ask the other people who are down there, it's from people all over the world. And they've all wound up being like, yeah, I want to do this rock climbing challenge. And then a hole opens up and they fall into here. Uh, so if they don't ask, if they don't explicitly know, no one should know for sure. Maybe some people know for sure. When you exit the hole, when you exit the challenge, you will reappear where you entered. So if they make friends with somebody, or if they're chasing the antagonist and the antagonist makes it to the top before them, they won't show up in the same place. So like they can lose touch with whoever they met down there. So my goal is to like plant some seeds for like to meet people that you can reunite with later as a positive thing, or hunt for or find later that are antagonists. So whenever you go through the top, you come out where you came in. And yeah, people from all over the world. So everybody got basically the same pitch from a bunch of different people. Fell in the hole, now they're here. The antagonist. So when you're down there, players are down there, have a little bit of time to be like, what's going on? Ask around. Don't want to give them much time, but they have a little bit of time to be like, what's going on? How'd you get here? Find some injured people, find some people that are really hungry, find some people that are scared, don't know what's going on. Try and work that angle. Then a lean, but still fairly beefy Minotaur is going to start addressing the group and doing like a big hype up speech of being like, you know, you all made it to the challenge. Like, we only have each other down here. We have to rely on each other. There's no baby bottles for us here. We either make it out together, either you like pull your weight to make it out and help, you know, and if you help someone else make it out, that they gotta help you. Like the big, I don't know, like you gotta pull your own weight. You gotta help others. No one gets a free ride here. If you want something, you gotta earn it. Like blah blah speech. So, completely disregarding that some people are scared, injured. Nobody's here like they want to be. Also, this Minotaur has a posse. Of course, gotta have a posse. Don't want to just have one enemy. I really wanted to play this person up as being like one of those douchey, like I'm gonna say like naturalist bros, where they're like, oh man, you gotta like live off the land, and like that their mentality of that is the only thing that matters. And then also that douchey Chad, where it's like they are going to be doing things that are obviously hurtful and bad, but like do them in just a light enough way that they could like stop at a certain point and be like, it's just a prank, where it's like that's infuriating. And like I had a few ideas of like talking, like doing a threat, an indirect threat, talking to another person when they know a player character is in the same room. So like player's gonna very obviously be like, that's a threat, but like they don't actually act on it right then. You know, it's just like, oh well, it was just, you know, code or whatever. Like really tried to play up that malicious playfulness as an antagonist. Surely this all depends on how the players go about addressing the situation. From what I've gathered about TTRPGs, it seems like they'll do the exact opposite of what you want. Absolutely, they might. So I wanted to try and build some of this as like set pieces that can happen, and then have the like if they ask questions, if they leave right away, kind of how you can use these abilities or use this in different order, and be able to adjust to what they're going to do. Because yeah, players will do all sorts of things you don't expect. So just trying to build a scenario that they can build off, that like you can interpret and build off of and change around. Because you're right, Penta, players unpredictable. They're little chaos engines, all of them. Also, currently the name of the Minotaur is Brovine because I didn't have in my dream, the douchey dude who was doing this speech did not have a name. But that's fun, right? Oh, I love that they're chaos engines. You just have to know that they're chaos engines. If you write a novel, don't expect to play it. You gotta write something that's a bit more open, or a lot more open. Picks chaotic neutral for next alignment. It doesn't matter what you pick, you will still be a chaos engine Discordia. It's just how it goes. Chadsterious. Chadsterous. Yeah, the chaos does make it fun. I like it. All right, so antagonist set. It's going to be this Minotaur Brovine, subject to change, name subject change, and their posse. And then let's see, checking my notes. So I also want the NPC who suggested it to end up coming down there too. And I want to have a mystery of, well, what happened here? Again, like I said, like they know this isn't what it's supposed to be. And then if they want to investigate, they will find the corpses of a few people hidden if they can find them in this place. And they would be like the people who were in charge. And that they ain't around anymore. Not the corpses of all of them. They'd find like 2 corpses out of what should be like, a staff of like 5 to 10 people or something. And so, like, all right, no direct evidence, but definitely foul play. But also, yeah, no direct evidence. They can't blame Brovine for that. Like. And Brovine, I want to have like some rebuttals for it. And yeah, basically have like the NPC be the person that if the goals are unclear, especially if the players don't have a set like, oh, this is what we should do, or oh, I know what we want to do, have them give the like setup of what to do. And then having, on top of that, the people who are scared, injured, how are they going to get out? They have, not necessarily anything to offer, which is what Brovine's whole spiel is about. Like, oh, well, if you can't pull your own weight, you don't got anything to offer, you're going to get left. And then be like, I'm sure someone will come down and help you eventually. Like, that, like, horrible jokiness. So, all that, and then it depends on like when they want to leave, but then the if they directly defy Brovine or not, they'll have direct trouble from Brovine with like sabotaging things, or like maybe like pranking them at night, and everything that they do is going to be stacking up against their endurance. So like how long they stay awake, how much food are they able to ingest. Do they immediately go or do they wait? Oh, I got choppy? Oh, I'm sorry. That's weird. I don't know why. It might have been my end. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it. So all of that's building up to like this test of endurance of climbing this wall. And then when they start going up the wall, there would be tests like, okay, well, some of the things will be loose, and like they'll find people that are like stuck going up. They'll have to go around people, which will make it harder, and then deal with like increasingly aggressive pranks from Brovine. And my hope is that they'll get to a point where they, it can escalate to something right near the top. And then when they are fighting with Brovine near the top, eventually they'll, you know, split directions and they'll come out where all the players went in, and then Brovine, of course, will come out wherever Brovine went in. And so that was my idea, having this weird scenario where you get dropped in, have a few things that are supposed to be emotional, what you call it, like motivations with like people who are scared and not sure what to do, this playfully antagonistic Minotaur, and the skill-based challenge of getting out, of like climbing this massive wall. So that's what I wanted to turn into an adventure. I don't know if this is going to work. Gonna be honest. This might be a terrible idea. I am even curious if it's like, yeah, that sounds interesting, or like, that sounds cool, or like, that could work with more work. Oh crap, did I arrive on Jesse's where it's crazy Hawaiian shirt day? It's crazy. No, this is my battle jacket. It's got patches and buttons and a really big leopard print collar. It's got more stuff on the back. This is my big battle jacket that had too small of arms, so I ripped them off, so now it's a battle vest, but it's still called a battle jacket. What happened to the staff? I want to know the end of this story. So my thought was, for the end of the story, so my thinking is that it was like a legitimate, cool rock climbing gym challenge thing that was like really tough. Sleeves are bullshit. Yeah. Except you put more stuff on them. And that it was actually like good and cool and fun and run by Brovine's parents, and then say something, either they died or something happened and Brovine got a hold of it and just is like, yeah, this is, you know, a business, sure, but like, I want to find the best crew of adventurers. And so he's basically running this business into the ground to find the people who are able to be manipulated into like easily being like, oh yeah, tough challenge, cool, okay, yeah, I'll listen, and like being able to be on board with a tough challenge, immediately listen to him and take orders, and be tough enough to make the challenge. And if they can do that and then be like, yeah, I'm bringing you on my crew, and then be a nuisance adventurer party that the crew could definitely meet again, and is basically just squandering all the goodwill and everything that the business has in order to do this, and is paying people off around the world, like people that are in bad situations and will easily exploit people for a little bit of money to advertise, hey, this is in town. And then as soon as someone's like, yeah, I'll do it, bam, you basically open a trap hole beneath them. And then by the time they get out, that person is long gone from the spot where they dropped him in there, because they know to keep moving. So that was my idea. And that, yes, Brovine definitely did kill, paid off some of the staff, some of them quit, and the ones that were gonna like cause trouble for Brovine, he definitely just killed them. Cool battle jackets are cool sleeves or not, and buttons are legit, yeah. And his posse's members of people he's found so far, yes. So like he'd have a few people from before that, but the main part of his posse would indeed be people that have done this and that fit all the criteria and have joined him. That's my thought. I don't know if this will work. But it was just weird enough that I thought, yeah, this could work. But I don't know. Because I also liked it because it wasn't like a direct combat challenge. Like you could use utility things to help get out, but that it's a test of endurance. Also, would have to have something that just negates fly. Any sort of fly spell or wings, because that would make it too easy. I think anything with flying would essentially lessen the challenge of climbing, but that they can't fly outright. Especially since I like to run games where flying is totally an option, and I am not against players having wings or psychic movement or whatever. So some sort of probably magical, because that's the easiest way to explain it and wave it off, barrier for flying. There it is. But yeah, that was my thought. That was my dream. That was my dream, except everybody was people and it was modern day. But I thought all of the scenarios that made that possible is like, this could absolutely be a little one shot to insert into a game. And then trying to think about it in the terms of like, okay, and then what effects of this, positive and negative, can ripple out into the campaign. So like Brovine and his posse, and then the cool people that they meet too. Very creative. Thanks. I have to be able to turn creativity into tangibility, and which can be very hard. Which is actually one of the reasons I really like running RPGs, because I could take basically everything I have now and run it. I would add a few more things, like I'd want some more defined characters for them to run into. I'd have little snippets of dialogue and like this, set challenges I'd have those down. But I wanted to try and make it a bit more tangible first. Thus, us being here. A lot of artists over the years have taken inspiration from dreams. They're a great source of inspiration. Again, they're your brain. I think your brain trying to work through some stuff. So I think if you, are trying to be creative, that it's a great thing to go through. Also, the more you use your brain, what I found, at least for me, and I think I've read some places that this is true too, like the more active and kind of wild your dreams are, because your brain's trying to deal with more, assuming you remember them. So like, I think that's one of the reasons when you're like studying hard for a long time, you'll have real wild dreams, because your brain will be like really trying to work through some stuff and like really trying to process that information. Or if you're deeply contemplating something, and you can have real wild dreams. Dreams are cool. The cool dreams are cool. Those boring ones, those ones where you just drive to work in real time. Hey Koenig. How are you? Casey Chomp got approved fast. What's Chasey Chomp? Also, how are you? Okay. Oh, that thing. Yeah. The little dino nugget? Is that what you mean? Yeah, it got approved in like hours. I uploaded it, and I uploaded the pyramid head uwu and animated bug meat, and like psychedelic bug meat, and they Lampy messaged me and was like, oh, new things got approved, and it was like a few hours after I uploaded them, because he used them on the Escapist stream. That's the fastest. I've had them take like 36 hours before. I think one of them took like maybe 2 days. That just happened almost immediately. I always have lots of dreams and are often insane and wild ones. Yeah. What does that say about my life? That your brain is really working. Mine take forever to get approved. Yeah, this is the fastest I've seen. Hey, Blight. Bug meat. Well, come back, window. There we go. Yeah, psychedelic bug meat. I wanted to do an animated one, but like if it moves, it's really hard to see what it is. On top of it being really hard to tell what it is because it's just a really bizarre shape. Someone at Twitch has a crush on you. Yep. That must be it. They're watching now. Hi. Tried to use my lunch break to nap. That did not work. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that did not work. Is there a better... I'm just gonna do... Is it one word? Set up? Basic scenario. Let's go with that. It's whatever, just groggy now. Aw. Well, I'm sorry you're groggy now. And that nap didn't work. All right. An NPC familiar to the group. What are we doing? Oh boy, I just talked about I just spent 45 minutes describing a dream I had and how I wanted to turn it into an adventure. Like a one-shot, one-off. Little insert into your world adventure. It's about being tricked into falling into a hole and having to rock climb your way out of a pocket dimension while a rude minotaur named Brovine and his posse antagonize you and other people, but do it as pranks that aren't, you know, necessarily directly bad, but are definitely directly bad, but are like, you know, it's a joke, whatever, like you know. What's the starting point? Falling down the hole. So the starting point would be the NPC telling them about the thing. So I want them to know a little about it. I want them to be like, oh yeah, we'll do that. Like they basically say yes, and then that's a verbal contract and the hole opens up. So a little bit before, but the hole is going to be very shortly after. Oh, I thought you wanted a suggestion. I had a throwaway plot like that from when I took a video game making elective. Ooh. One of my faves, but I couldn't use it for anything. Oh, I want to hear it, but no, that's not what we're doing today. Turn 1, you fall down a hole, you take 10d6 damage, reroll a character. 10d6 damage. That's a pretty short hole. That's like what, 100 feet? 50 feet? I don't know. Depends on the game you're playing. Heard about a legendary event coming to town. I want this to be justified. There we go. Air rock climbing challenge to town. And wants riot. Nope, hang on. Going to town. She wants to try it. Rock climbing? Rock climbing. They said. Is rock climbing really hyphenated? You right about that word? No. You can say rock climbing without a hyphen. But is nervous. But is nervous. And doesn't want to do it alone. Okay, cool. Got it. First thing, done. Always written as rock climbing. Yeah, the internet is telling me that you can spell it rock climbing. Word is just being what it do. I want to set this to paragraph, indent, set to 2, first line. Oops, that's 0. Sorry, that's 2. Bam. And the first paragraph doesn't have an indent. Aw, you butt. You didn't. There we go. Now it did it. Word does that sometimes. It bothers me. Okay. The person selling tickets. We need a person. We need a person. The person selling. She wants to try it, especially since they're running a sale on tickets. I was nervous, I'm gonna go alone. Heard it's a fun and very rewarding challenge. Cool. Oh, the plot. An interdimensional creature has trapped you and a large portion of the world in an impenetrable dream cloud bubble. Its twisted, otherworldly imagination warps the world and creatures into unfamiliar things. In order to wake up, you must tap into and because it's nightmare fighting and using your powers to bend the world beyond its control until you scare the creature awake. Ah. Oh, and tap into it and become a nightmare and scare it awake. Oh, I love that. So you're in a dream bubble and you have to make it as wild and scary for the dreamer as possible to wake them up. That's a super cool idea. I like that a lot. You're picking fights with the sleeper. Sleepover's a pushover. They didn't wake up. Sleeper ain't nothing. The more of its subconscious control you break, you earn dream energy, granting you more and more world-changing abilities. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. For once, it was all a dream. Makes a valid plot development. That's funny. And it does. All right, so we need an NPC. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna make a list of NPCs. What's a good name? We need a name for the person selling tickets. Doggone it, Word. You undid... I want you to do that over the whole document. Alex Merchant. Cool. So Alex Merchant. Let's say a gnome sells tickets to... Oh, we need a name for this. I didn't even realize. I don't have a name for this, like, legendary rock climbing challenge place business. Need a good rock climbing gym name. Event. Graviton. Rocky start. Sky's the limit. Pretty good. Let's say gnome. Let's take it. Say he's chalk, sweat, and stone. Wait, that's the Netflix adaptation. Chris Dwayne, kid. Okay. Chris, Dwayne, and Kid are all names that are going to show up in here now. Because that's funny. That now I have three NPC names at the ready. Chris Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and Kid Rock. Yeah. That's enroll. He's an excellent liar and in severe gambling debt. For Brovine. Took the job for Brovine. From Brovine. Payoff. pay off those debts. We'll quickly send folks to event moment. They confirm a verbal contract. Cool. Stay silent for the rest of the stream to leave on a high. No, wait, that's because of what Coing said earlier. It was Coing said earlier with grab a ton. Pretty good. I like all three of those. Here, Discord. Roll me a D3. Two. Oh, wait. There was another one. Shoot. Okay. Discord, roll me a D4. Four. Four was chalk. Where'd it go? Chalk, sweat, and stone. There should be chalk, sweat, and tears. We're gonna stick with chalk, sweat. Chalk. Also, is it chalk? Chalt. No, it's chalk. Maybe presented by Emma. Oh, then. Oh gosh. Okay, hang on. Okay, so Kid, Dwayne, Paris, Emma. Thus, he only wants to get people in and move to the next town. Visually observant characters. It's a socially observant characters may notice I don't know about that. Socially observant characters chance to notice, seems eager to get folks in. And seems mildly upset. Someone brings up a something else in conversation. Okay. Well, that gnome is selling tickets to rock climbing, by the way. Thank you. Actually, I'm gonna do this different way. Alex Merchant. I really want to put, despite how it sounds, that's his real name. Because it is like going to buy something from someone whose name is occupation. Like, let me get some lunch from Dan Bagelman. Like, do you really? Yeah, merchants are like cobbler, painter, blacksmith. Yeah, real surnames. But it's funny because is a merchant. Alex Merchant, no comma. Players can find Alex Merchant, purchase. For only a few coins per person. Discounts available for groups of 4 or more. Gotta have those discounts. There's a thing called nominative determinism, where people are called, for instance, baker, are more likely to work at a bakery. Oh, butcher. That's another one. Real surname. It makes sense, but it's also so weird that would increase your chances. Hey, what's up, Tonal? How are you doing? The moment players have a verbal contract with Alex that they wish to go to Chalk, Sweat, and Stone, Alex will activate Stone, and a portal will open beneath all of this. Ooh, what's that sound? Possibly, or they even pay. So if Alex doesn't care about those couple coins. When it gets people in that hole. Baker, Smith, Butcher, Fisher. Oh yeah, Fisher, that's a name. It's a day. How are you? I'm doing well. We're trying to make this dream a reality. I spent 45 minutes describing this dream, and now we're kind of just hashing it out as an adventure. It's a weird dream. I'm sorry your day is just a day. I hope it becomes a good day as it goes on. Also, I'm streaming with Yahtzee today, so that's kind of neat. I'm doing the post CP. So that's fun and slightly nerve-wracking. I also chased a squirrel off the porch earlier today. Oh, I have to share pictures. A snake came onto my porch. It was real cute. It didn't try to mess up my garden, so that was cool. It was great. If it's too on the nose, could you switch it to Merchand or Mercer? I don't know. I kind of like Alex Merchant, but I might change it later. Who knows? Where does this plot go, or is it adventure to this wall? So the portal opens up beneath them and they fall into the rock climbing gym. So once they have verbal confirmation, they're there. I guess need to watch post CP then for once. I mean, that's up to you. I did it once before, and like, there's a lot of people in chat. So I basically got to just try and talk, skim chat, and then read super chats and highlighted messages. It gets wild in there. There's like 400 people. It's a lot. If I change my name to Mr. Billionaire YouTuber, do you think it'll work? I don't know. Check the study. See if how long you have to have that name before you become that thing. Carter Draper Cooper Smith. Is a carter someone that like pushes a cart? Also, I never thought of a draper as an occupation. Like someone who hangs drapes? Makes drapes? Like a sewer, like a textile textile. Will you incorporate a creature that openly misquotes Bane? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I haven't seen the light. Yeah, until I was already a man. Someone who drove a cart. Okay. Damn, I was thinking about that plot, and I kind of want to run it as a lexicon game. I think the abstract dreamscape would lend itself well to that system. Blight, I completely agree with you. I think you are on the right track, and that you could easily adapt that to lexicon, and then as they gain more power over the subconscious, that's how they gain more qualities, which allow them to do bigger things, which then allow them to gain more power of the subconscious, which then they could do, which gives them another quality, which then they could use to do bigger things. And yeah, I think that would be a perfect system for that. Not that I'm biased. Also, I was thinking about lexicon. Wow, I'm getting distracted, but we're gonna do this anyway. That I was like, I think it's a fantastic system, and I think it could easily be like I'll sell this and make money. But someone mentioned it on a stream. It was not this past, but the one before that, Hidden Gems, and someone was like, if you could have Adventures Night air somewhere as a show, where would it be? And I was like, oh, honestly, it'd be PBS, because I like their distribution method, and like that's where it's the most accessible to the most people. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, I feel like I should apply that. That's how I really feel. And I feel like if I'm gonna make something big like lexicon, I think I should lean into that, and rather than trying to make a thing to sell it, I want to try and lean into that model and make a thing that is open and that people can support, and then that support makes it bigger. And I want to try and make it as like an angle of like the most accessible RPG, like that there's a lot of material for it, and that it's not kept behind a paywall, and that I will do anything I can to get people into the hobby through it. And it's like, oh, this is something I could do for like easily, if I could give make sure libraries all have copies of it and stuff like that. Like, I don't know how to run that yet, but I think that's the angle I want to go with it, is not make it a product solely to sell. I don't know. There's other products. It's like, it's not like new. I mean, pay what you want is a model that already exists. But like, I want it to be available, and I'm not a good business person. And I feel like if I'm gonna lean into it, I want to lean into it in that regard of making it accessible. That's my thought. I don't know. Hey, Blue. Just coming in to say hi. Well, hi. Thanks for coming in to say hi. If I get my shit together, we can talk, and I could do an ongoing running lexicon stream to help get it out. I'm on board. Get that shit together. I don't know. So I have another Kickstarter thing that I want to run. That's a card-based thing for running a dungeon, and like how to explore a dungeon and make it feel like a maze. And it's like an actual card system that you play cards to like determine where to go and like what paths, and like it randomizes what you could run into. And I think after that I'll do lexicon, but if I do it, I want to do a Kickstarter but have like that be like the big push of like, this is now available, anything going into it will make it better. And it's like hopefully some level of payment of like all the work I put into it so far, but like that, cool, we made this much more art, more adventures, more stuff that you can put into it. So I'm thinking about that. That's a bit long term, but you know, yeah, think about it sometime. All right, so moment play, make verb contracts, activate all players and other NPCs. We'll just say all players. Immediately. The ground opens. Players are pulled downward. Must make an immediate difficult check to check is the wrong word. Not fall in. It's made more difficult by the ground beneath them vanishing, so nothing to push off from. Let's spell words correctly. Or immediately grab on to. What was it? Chalk, sweat, and stone. Go. How far is too far? Like 1,500 feet? Does that seem like a ridiculous but doable? Let me look some stuff up. How high can rock climbers climb in a day? How many pull-ups can rock climbers do? Yep, that was definitely the question I asked. 1,500 feet is about a third of a mile. Hey, insightful. Which is a lot. Especially when you're pulling yourself up. But is it enough? You try this on a different search engine. How far can rock climbers climb in an hour? I can't do a pull-up to save my life, so I'm not the right person to ask. Okay. This person says an experienced climber like Alex Honnold managed to free solo climbing without the use of ropes Half Dome, which is 2,000 feet of climbing, in about an hour and a half, whereas many climbers take days to ascend the route with gear. It's been a while since I've been able to haul myself up a rope just using my arms. We're gonna throw out an even 1,200. We set up zipline. Set up a zipline when I was a teenager, and it was the fastest way back up. Aliens invaded and said, Daft, you need to do one pull-up or else we'll destroy the Earth. You better start saying your goodbyes. Joke's on them. What you would do is get on a pull-up bar. Tie your feet above the pull-up bar. Hang upside down. And then lower yourself. Like that. Boom. Did it. Pull up. You must have said 1,500 feet. I thought you said 15 feet. And I was like, yeah, Jesse, it can be done. Yeah, 1,500. 1,500. Yeah, 15 feet is pretty doable. A long, square-shaped hole. Hole with no O. I mean, no O. Every version of hole has an O in it. There's no W. Three sides. The walls are sheer. What's a good material? This is a pocket dimension. So basically the only thing that exists here is this. What would the walls be made out of? Like, they wouldn't be stone. Material for what? So the walls of a pocket dimension. So we're in a pocket dimension. Microfiber. So you're in a pocket dimension where this, you know, where chalk, sweat, and stone is. And your idiom I don't know what that is. Oh my gosh. Wait. Were they structural, natural, particular language? So, idiom is a phrase that expresses typical presence of figurative, non-linear. Oh, right, like an idiom. Oh, I thought, okay. I was like, is there a material called idiom? I don't know. I kind of like idiom. It is a figurative, non-literal meaning. There is, in my homebrewing attempts, it's basically the source of magic. Oh. Okay. Are dull gray. Sheer. Three sides of the walls are sheer. One side covered in what would those be called? Artificial stones, notches. Okay. And small outcroppings cured all for climbing. Like climbing at a climbing gym. I'll probably change that, but that's what it's for now. Stuck on it. This is still not working properly. Really want you always give me the indent. Yes. I'll manually close it. See if that works. Sometimes that does. I just banged the front of my teeth on my cup. Ow. Are gray. No, no, it's just normal water. I probably will get some spicy water though. I have to run. Have a good one. You have a good one too, Coning. Good. I'm glad you're all your hard work paid off, and now we have a running dino nugget in the chat. Animated emote because of you. Thanks. I'll catch the VOD. Cool. Ow. Running dino. Walls are gray, made of idiom. A solid material that lines the edges of pocket dimensions. There we go. Come on! Why do you not indent? So frustrating. Okay. The layers fall down center of the shaft, and cannot reach the walls by normal means. As they near the bottom, they magically slow down and plop gently on the slightly squishy ground. Imagines a 150-foot tall wall of idiom and starts to panic. Wall is I have to put the length. So players fall down center of the shaft and cannot reach the walls by normal means. Cannot reach the walls. They fall a total of, let's just say, 1,200 feet. And as they near the bottom, they magically slow down. Okay. WordPress this indent works. How it's supposed to work is great. How it's been working for me, although now it's doing it is frustratingly not what it's supposed to do. Funnily enough, I remember taking a class in high school that went over how indentions work in Word, like how the symbols in the measuring ruler at the top determine the type of indent. I don't remember anything else from that class, but I remember learning it. You remember you learned a thing, but you cannot remember the thing you learned. That's a great example of just real life. Anyone else get a powerful urge to shower when sick? It never helps, but it's what my brain is telling me to. Oh my gosh, Deeps. Yes. My brain is like, you have to shower. I feel real icky, like physically icky. Like it's like there's like a layer of metastasized. Is that the right word? Dictionary.com. Metastasized. No, that's not really the right word. It's like a layer of like if my skin oozed the sickness out, it would be like a layer of goop that I have sweated out that is the sickness. That's what it feels like. And so yeah, my brain does the same thing. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to shower now. You're sick again? I didn't know you were sick the first time. Voice like his allergies. Proper sick this time. Oh no. Whole body hurts. All I want to do is sleep. There are no comfortable positions. I do have my voice though. Well, I'm glad you have your voice, but I'm sorry that, yeah, the no comfortable positions. God, that's the worst. We just like, let me just bury my head, or like, let me turn over. Just like the act of laying down is putting pressure on parts of your body you don't want pressure on. Like, it doesn't matter what position it's in. Yeah, that's real garbo, I'm sorry. It's no fun. It's zero fun. 0% fun. Let's see. Players fall down. Shaft. As a pocket dimension, there is nothing tangible beyond the walls. I gotta spell that right. The idiom walls. Keeps losing his voice on Sundays and comes into the games. How do you like Christian Bale Batman for his character? I don't know why I'm yawning. I was yawning yesterday too. Maybe I should just have more coffee, but I don't really want more coffee. I do want a soda, and for the past week, every day have been like, I have to order cola syrup so I can make some soda, and then I can make not as strong soda. Every day I have been distracted or forgotten, and I still don't have it. And I've specifically not bought soda while I was at the store because I was like, no, today I'm going to buy it from the internet and have it shipped to me so I can make my own soda. So I'm not going to buy it at the store, and then I don't buy it at the store like a big dumb dummy. All right, so how big? What's a big area? Let's say the area at the bottom is, I don't know, the shaft, and area at the bottom is, what if it's square? Yeah, so that means you like have freaking 50 feet on each side when you're falling. The antechamber. Ooh. Is that technically the correct word? Smaller room. Entryway to a larger room. Might be. Not sure if that's chamber or apartment before chief apartment. No, because this would just be like a solid cylinder. It's just a 100-foot wide opening, which I need to reword this. There's a 100-foot wide opening, and then there's the bottom, which is also 100-foot square. Honestly, I always get the anti-prefix mixed up. I think it means before. I mean, in antechamber it can. A chamber, or like the second definition, a chamber or an apartment through which access is had to a principal apartment. So like, yeah, it's like the before, it's like the room before the room, the main room. The floor is covered in Say squishy purple material. Material. That's how you spell material. Let's say $60 folks. $60 is probably a good name. Yeah, the before chamber. I think I've heard caves refer to that. Yeah, so like if you have the main section of the cave, you have the antechamber before that. Yeah, that sounds about right. Hey, Rat Beach. Anti does mean before, but anti can also mean before, depending on the language, like antipasto. Is that what it means? Rat Beach? Also, I noticed it a while ago, and I didn't say anything. It's cool, Matakuma. Matakuma? Right? That's that bear from that daggum Rampa. I know it's called Danganronpa, but my partner and I call it daggum Rampa. And then you could be like, "You playing that daggum Rampa?" Yeah, she really likes daggum Rampa. She's playing the second one at the moment. Matakuma is my aesthetic. Nice. I call it all kinds of things, like Danger Grandpa. Dang it, Ron Paul. Nice. Oh, it's a chipmunk. It's not even on my porch. It's actually in the yard. That's cool. Let's say 58 other folk. That's current opposites do nothing. I don't want to plop down yet, actually. I gotta rearrange this. So the players fall down the center of the players. Of a square shaft, each wall 50 feet away. There we go. So now I don't need that. So we're gonna do this. As they get closer to the bottom, they can see purple floor with dozens of people moving around on it. Great. Perception based check can let them know the total number of people. D8. All right, cool. So that means I moved that, so I don't need that there. So now I can do the thing. So now I have to figure out what I want next. So they hit the bottom. Boom. I gotta check my notes. Dim light. Dim blue light beams from top shaft beyond the fog. It appears to be near dusk. Cool. No, I don't like that. Was it? It appears to be near, it appears to be near dusk. Is let's say it's slowly dims further. It were dusk. We'll do that. Gradually do that because I want it to get dark, but well, let me check thing. Okay, time is it 1:50? Oh man, it's so close. I'm gonna have to close at like 2. Close? I'm not a freaking shop. I'm gonna have to stop at 2 as normal because I have to do some stuff and then get ready to stream at 4. So, and then leave immediately after because I forgot that I was streaming with Yahtzee today and have to pick up my partner from the train. Close up the RPG shop. Yep. Close it up shop. Mix of no one is surprised or scared as the players drop in. Socially adept characters can read the room and a variety of feelings, a variety of a large range of emotion. Excited. Here we go. But the bargains, I know, such bargains. Jesse shop closes at 11. Everyone buy your stuff in GTFO. Yep, that's how it goes. You get your stuff and then you get out. All right, Players are excited. See NPC list for specific interactions. If questioning, what happened and what they're doing there. Yeah. Oh shoot, I never went back and finished the I think you should leave before I cancel my Netflix. Oh no. It's okay, it'll be there when you re-up your Netflix at some point, when you unsubscribe to whatever it is that you got after Netflix. And then it'll be there and then you can finish it. So it's all good. All right, where am I at my notes? So I want to add a section of like this, but I want to do it in a different way. I'm not sure how to structure that yet. After players get info from NPCs, or if say players need some guidance or goal, Brovine steps onto large crate. Let's say a Minotaur named Brovi. Now, breaks away from posse and steps onto a large crate, addressing everyone in chalk, sweat, and stone. Cool. I'm gonna stop there. I have so much to do, and I wanna see. Actually, no, I'm not. Well, I'm gonna stop writing there, but I'm not gonna shut the stream down yet. But I'm gonna have to shut it down like 5 minutes because, you know, it's 5 till. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this, because one of the things about pre-made adventures versus, like, you know, GM notes that I do is that by design you can't make them modular. So like, I don't structure my stuff like this. Everything is a bit more abstract, and I would have a set bit of dialogue for Brovine, but I wouldn't have it right here, even though linearly, yeah, this is where it would show up, but I would have it as like a separate block of text on another page, and that when I needed dialogue, I would go there. And I have trouble structuring stuff like that in like an actual, someone else is going to read this sort of way. And I want to try and experiment with a few different things. I like text blocks, like actually having like a block with a different color in it, and having like a character name, and then having like actual quoted text from them, and having things that you can do with them. I might look through Emberwind and get some influence from them, because they have a lot of text blocks and like kind of how they structure them. Because I feel like stuff isn't really written in an intuitive way for game design, and is written in more of a linear story driven way, which isn't always how games work a lot of times. But I don't have a better, like I don't have, but this is how you fix it solution. But I want to. What time is post CP today? In about 2 hours, Penta, is when post CP will be. Thanks for the stream, Jesse. Hope you have a good stream with Yahtzee. I'll tune in if I'm conscious. Hey, if you can, do it. And if not, then get better. That's what's most important, Deeps. Oh, hey, Inky Fishy. Thanks for popping in. With your, oh shoot, what's its name? The little thing from Madoka Magica. Oh my gosh, hang on, I'm gonna think of it. Oh no, we say the word all the time. Every time there's something that's like a slightly disturbing animal, we always call it that. Honk. Thanks for the honk. Light. Oh my gosh. Cube. Inky Fishy. I see it's Cube. At least I'm pretty sure that's Cube. It's just eyeballs and some off-white. Is it not Cube? Or is it Cube? It looks like Cube. Right? That's what it... Hang on. Now I gotta look this up to make sure I'm right. But let me set up the raid. Raid channel. Casey's on, so we're gonna raid Casey. Bye, Insightful. Bye, Discordia. I hope this was cool. This was a little bit different, but I'm still kind of experimenting with all the stuff to do. But I really wanted to try this out. Yes, Cube. Okay, cool. All right, good. I'm not just freaking out. All right, we're gonna bust into Casey's stream. Y'all are the best. Thank you again. I won't be streaming tomorrow because I'm gonna be looking at houses, and so I can't. But Blight's gonna stream something, so check out Blight. And I think he'll be doing community games too. So something will be happening tomorrow, and Blight's in charge of it. So yay, thank you, Blight. But yeah, we're gonna bug Casey, so you all have a good one. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you had a good time. Deeps, feel better.